Hi, my name is Betty Braithwaite. I'm going to present to you today how to protect LGBTs in the workplace. This topic seems to be fragile and there's no freedom discussing about it. In the U.S., there is no specific and defined federal law that explicitly addresses any form of discrimination in the employment sector based on gender, identity, and sexual orientation. I've heard from several different people about someone they know who's been discriminated against because of their sexuality. So the purpose of my presentation is to find out if the LGBTs are actually being mistreated in the workplace. I also wanted to find ways to protect them and to help them deal with their differences, and most of all, to find a solution for the overall problem. The challenges in the workplace. While progress has been made, many lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people still worry that revealing their sexuality at work will have negative consequences. Some have had to deal with homophobia because others don't understand them and they don't try to understand them. Others are also dealing with the leaders ignoring their complaints about the coworkers that are talking about them and don't want to work with them. The biggest fear is coming out to the public because in some countries you can actually be murdered because of your sexuality. Some are being called out of their names, and some are very bad things being said to them. The restroom is a whole different issue. There are some that don't even want to use the same bathroom as the LGBT, which is ridiculous in my opinion. And they are talking about their appearances, and some of the women choose to dress as males and vice versa. Some of the solutions that I came up with. I came up with networking. I think they should network with the other LGBTs to see what they can do to cope with certain situations. The next solution that I came up was to educate the coworkers on what the LGBT are dealing with, so they can understand what they're growing to, and possibly, I'm sorry, and possibly leave them alone. Diversity is another thing that I would add into the training as well. And then I would adopt laws and policies that they can be treated fairly no matter what sexuality they choose. In conclusion, when someone has been shown discrimination towards an LGBT person, then it is person that I'm sorry, then it is important to not let his or her actions slide by. If the organization does not already have a non-discriminatory policy, in place for LGBT students or workers, there are still other ways that the situation can be handled. Invasion of privacy, defamation, harassment, and emotional distress are all prohibited. If any of these occur, the offending party needs to be reprimanded. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and you have a wonderful day.